Hey everybody, it's Jesse here. I'm about to do a little putter battle out here at the graveyard. This is going to be my first video, and we have a couple Lunas here. These are the big Z ones, and we got my soft blend Lunas that I'm going to be using for putting and these for throwing. And this is the graveyard here at Hilton Head Island. Basically empty out here right now on this hot summer July day. Hole 1 is going to be a 314. Basically just dead center down the straight is where the pin is down there, and we're just gonna see how this goes, see if we can shoot something close to par with these, and yeah, let's get it going. All right, went a little bit to the left, but I think I'll be able to lay up for par there. Yep, right up under there, that'll work. All right, no need to lay up, right under the basket. Tap that one in, move to the second. Pretty much a lot of easy pars on this course. Birdies are gonna be hard to come by because just throwing the putters. I don't have the greatest arm speed, but we can get close to 250 and maybe get some long C2 looks. And there are a couple short holes, so might be able to get them there. All right, on to hole 2. This is going to be a almost 300-foot hole. It's going to basically be straight or out and about to the right here for a nice hyzer in, and try to get somewhat close. But like I said, it's close to 300. We're really pushing it for a Luna. But just give it some height and see what happens. Well, as you can see, I did not give it the height, but again, should be able to lay up for an easy par there, I think. Oh man, it actually looks like we're way short of the pin. So I'm gonna have to either go around to the right or to the left. I think I'm actually gonna end up doing a little putter forehand to see how this works. Hopefully don't shank it. Kind of pulled it a little bit. That'll be a putt for par, but should be like 25 feet. All right, looks like we got a little straddle situation, but it should be pretty easy enough. Yep, nice par. 2 for good measure. All right, even par through 2. Go to hole 3. All right, on to hole 3. This is one of the gimmies on the course. It's a very short 219, so it's just straight down the middle. Can't really mess it up unless you go OB long because there's a cart path. And yeah, just distance control and try to get it close for a tap in or a putt. A little nice hyzer in. Oh, totally went way too low. Actually got good ground plate though. A little high hyzer. Oh, that was close. All right, I'll walk this in for the par. Oh man. 2 for good measure. 3 for good measure. All right, even par through 3. That's all we need to do. Just get pars all the way. That would have been a good birdie to have, though. Can't lie. All right, now we're here at the first par 4 on hole 4. This is 497 feet, and you basically want to go down towards this hill for your first shot. Land somewhere over there, and the pin is directly straight that way. But you almost want to go left first. Then there's a little gap about where that hill is. Other than that, you're basically scrambling through the trees however you can if you go in a different way. But I don't really want to, normally I would forehand this, but with the putter, I might have to do like a little bit of a turnover, so could possibly yank it, but let's see. Should be all right. Might be a little bit short. Yeah, that'll work. probably leave about a little bit much to get to the pin, but like 275. So that'll be a hard approach. Walking over to the pin now. Really nice day out. Just all sunny. Course completely to myself right now. Oh man, this is actually a pretty good tee shot. Set it up. So we're right next to the hill, and the pin is just on the other side, basically over by where those trees are in the middle there. I think, yeah, just go aim at right side in the sky and hope I can get the distance. But open look is the key here. Get a little stickiness in my hands. All right. That's gonna be leaking and short, but again, a long C2 look, maybe C3 honestly. All right, looks like we're closer than I thought we were. Should be about a 30, 35 footer. See if we can knock one in for birdie. Nope, too far left. Let's try that again. Oh. Yep. 4 pars in a row now. And we're looking at a really hard one next. But I'll show that in just a second. Alright, this is where it's going to start to get a little bit on the tricky side. We have a 413 par 3 for hole 5. There's OB basically on the other side of those small trees, and there's OB on the left too. But as soon as you get past this big one, you're basically good to the left, and the pin is just straight down. It's hard to see probably, but straight down all the way over there to the left, straight and left. But I'm basically just going to try to get on the other side of that tree to the left and hopefully have about a 200 foot, maybe to 180 into the pin. Oh no, that's going to be, yeah, that might be in the water. Should have put more hyzer. It flipped up too much. It could be on the other side, but we'll see. Okay, just walked over now. We did cross it. Luckily enough, we made it barely in this good zone. But if we were just a little bit short, we could have been in the water right there. So that's a good save. Yeah, it just kind of goes to show being over here to the left and kind of just playing for par, unless you have the arm speed. And obviously I'm just doing putters with these big Z Lunas. But yeah, we'll do this a quick approach. Probably like a forehand or a turnover. But we'll see. All right, this is a tough decision actually, because I just don't want to pull it if I do the forehand. But also the same thing with the backhand. There is OB long and it's on a hill, so you kind of have to be a little bit touchy here. I think I'm gonna go forehand. Hopefully this works out. Just aim towards that tree. Oh man, that is not gonna be good. That might be OB too. See what would happen if I went turn over. Yep, would have been so much better. All right, good news is we are gonna be safe. Bad news is we're going at a basically death putt here. If you can see, give it a full run, why not? We need this par, big time. Come on. Oh. All right, now we have another 20 to 25 footer to make because we didn't lay it up just for bogey. See if we can clutch it up. Yep. 2 for a good measure. Ooh. All right. Take our medicine. Got a little aggressive, but been practicing on those 20 to 25 footers a lot lately. So hopefully we won't be missing too many of those. But all right, hole 5, 1 over. That means we got to get a birdie to save it. Move on to hole 6. We're on hole 6 now. This is where it gets a little dangerous. I don't really know exactly what I should do here. Play it safe because it goes straight. It's 336, and then it goes off to the right with this OB on the creek slash ditch there to the left, and there's a big pond over to the right past those woods to the on the other side. I'm not sure if I should have a big turnover. I'm kind of working on my turnover. It's a little bit rusty. Get over to the left, right. All right, that will work. All right, we just made it over the edge of the ditch, which was good, safe. But now we're in that weird range where I want to kind of do a jump putt slash throw, probably. So I think I'm gonna go with the Luna, Big Z one. Short, but should be fine. Oh no, little leaked. Be another bogey. Just another 20, maybe even 18 footer. Got a straddle. Yeah. That'll put us at 2 over now. Not ideal, but it happens sometimes. C1 misses. A bit annoying, but at least we've been safe from OB this whole time. On to hole 7 now. We have a par 3 again, 364. The ideal shot is just going to be 200 straight down, I would say, or whatever you can bite off. Just land in the middle somewhere and then pitch up for par, especially with the putters. It'll be a pretty simple shot, I think. Low again, man. All right, we left ourselves a lot of work there. All right, looks like we have even more to get to the pin than what we did off of the tee, because we kind of shanked that a little bit, honestly. So I think we got to get a little bit of a run up here. Just give it pretty straight. Man, so low. All right, we got a little bit sloppy there again, but we could make a long one for the par save. This will be getting us back in momentum. Oh, it's too leaky. Step putt again. Man, just a little bit off of the mark from distance right now, but that'll be another bogey. One. First one counts, but another bogey. That puts us 3 over now. Honestly, not bad for this course. My best is around -2, just not playing putters. So only playing putters right now. Actually playing pretty good, and we should be able to get maybe a couple birdies. Really hard to come by a birdie, just putters for me, but I think we're doing all right. On to hole 8, which we might have a nice long look at. We'll see. 313 par 3. This one is hard to even see. You basically just want to go down to this fairway and then try to make it hyzer off to the left and just get somewhere close for maybe a long putt, or a C1 would be great, but I don't know if I have 300 feet of distance in me right now. Oh, that's great, actually. That might be a putt. All right, walking up now to see what we're working with, and that is a heck of a drive. Within about, let's see, maybe 20, 25 feet to the pin right there. So let's see if we can make a nice birdie putt right now. Oh, dang, bro. That would have been a great one to have. And that was nowhere near. All right, another easy par though. Dang, that would have been nice. Just a little bit too low. We'll get it though. this one going. We have hole 9, par 5. So we got some scoring opportunity here. 734. Really just want to go straight down. There is OB left, way over. Really can't really come into play unless you just totally yank it to the left. There is a creek down there that'll be more into play on the second shot and third shot. But other than that, you just want to rip as far as you can. If I can get somewhere between 250 and 300 per shot, that would give us a good opportunity to get into that birdie or par range. So let's just kind of shoot it down there somewhere. Oh, kind of let go early on that one. A little bit low, but we should be able to save it from there. Probably only went like close to 200 feet. Now we got a lot of work to do. We got to get somewhere close to those trees. That needs to get down. All right, oh, I don't know. It might be close to that sidewalk. For OB, we're in trouble. But yeah, it's definitely on that left side. All right, good news is we are inbounds. Bad news is we got a lot of distance to still get. It looks like it's probably just gonna be a play for par, honestly. I'm not gonna get my rangefinder out, but I think we're looking about at 300 feet or so, maybe even 350. So definitely out of play. Yeah, just low again, but safe. That's the important part. This should be a very easy tap in par, jump putt under the basket. All right, we got about maybe 100 to 120 for this little upshot. So let's pitch it up. Just try to get under the basket. Get up there. All right, that's good. Enough for the par. And we are good for par. We'll take that and move on. All right, we're here on hole 10. It is yet again going to be another play for par because it's 340 to the pin. You can see it down there, dead straight, but we got this low-hanging branch. No OB really. You just got to get a hyzer in to somewhere in the middle, unless you have the distance to play all the way to the pin, which I do not. Very much left, but it should be another jump putt to the pin. I'll just jump putt. Gotta put some ante because of that tree though. Just stall, and I'll be tapping for another par. Honestly, playing putters is good because it makes it for very clean golf. Like we haven't gone OB. I'd normally go OB a couple times on this course, and it just keeps you in the fairway overall, no matter what course you're playing. Obviously, there are some exceptions, but it is a nice thing to have. Still gotta get this gimme out of the way. That's good. All right, hole 11 is gonna be a doozy. All right, we're on hole 11 now. This is a good birdie opportunity, but it's a little bit tricky because you have trees basically all throughout it. And normally what I would do is go around this left side with a big overstable like nuke or destroyer and spike hyzer it in because the pin is hard to see, but it's off to the right a little bit, and get around those bushes, which is marked off as OB on UDisc. The second bush is to the left, so you do want to avoid those. But I'm trying to think if I should either go a big anhyzer release around the left gap or just try to play the middle. I think what I'm gonna do is just try to play the middle. If we hit a tree, we hit a tree. All right. Ah, almost got around it. Man, That's the right shot though. That was gonna be really good if it missed on the outside or inside. We got a really tight gap here to work with. I think might have to go forehand. My Luna forehands have not been very good right now, but I think it's like our only option right here. That might be all right. Just sit down. I think we went too far. Dang. It's not a bad shot though. Hopefully it's not OB. All right, I found it right here in the grub. I would have gone a little bit OB if I went too far, but good thing this stuff is very catchy, and we are right next to the pin right here, so should be an easy par, and we'll move on to the next. Ooh, a little bit low. There's the adjustment. All right, feeling better from C1 after our little mess up on, I think it was like hole 5 or so. But all right, good approach, good scramble mode. Hole 12, I believe. All right, on to hole 12, par 3, 307. You can't even see the pin from over here. You have to go straight around to the left, around that big oak, and just hope that you can get somewhat close to the pin from there. Right into the tree. Oh, we missed it. It's gonna be a hard scramble, really far left. Right up to the tree. Man, all right. It's gonna be another C1 putt though. Little headwind. Ooh, left side. Right side. Center? No. A little sticky on that one. The Big Z ones are nice, but they're just a little bit, they're really good for throwing because how much they float, but they kind of just have too big of comeback putts. I find that these are grippy on the ground a little bit more. Those will want to skip. Just a slightly difference, but another good par save there with the scramble. Hole 12, still 3 over, yet to get a birdie. That's a little bit sad, but pretty good, clean golf right now. So move on to hole 13. All right, next up is hole 13. It is 376. We have a double Mando, which should be pretty easy to hit. I've never missed this Mando, but yeah, this is just too far of a distance to have any sort of birdie look, so it's just gonna be another, try to rip it as far as I can. Missed that. Oh man, we are really far to the left. That could be a little bit difficult, but we're gonna have to see how that plays. Oh no, that is gonna be a problem right there. Now we gotta make a long one. Right here, we've got to make a pretty substantial 40 to 45 footer or so just to get a par. We'll go step putt here. This will be huge. Just hit that. Oh, wow. That would have been crazy if it hit the tree and then went in. All right, that's going to be a bogey though. Step out, move on, and that makes it 4 over through, I think that was 13. We're here on hole 14. I think we finally have a good hole to where even with the Lunas, we should be able to get a birdie look. So it's basically 480, par 4, land somewhere in the middle, and then hopefully get about 250, 300, and then have 200 to the pin would be ideal. All right, I think that's probably 250, maybe. So we're gonna have basically another one of those shots to get us into position. Oh no, I pulled it. That needs to hit something. Oh man, could be out of bounds. Let me see what the Andy would have done. Man, that would have been so much better. Maybe I need to try to do the Annie shots more. I just don't give myself enough credit for them. But it looks like we're gonna have another par. All right, good news. We stayed just in bounds right here. I'm gonna put my phone right here. This is another long look. See if we can get one in there. Man, also tough with this crosswind right now. Can't really gauge it. All right, we got another maybe 20 footer. Safe par. Ooh, that was a close one. Oh, let me pick up this one. All right, that's a tough loss. Could have been a nice birdie. Just yanked it on the approach. All right, we're at hole 15 now. This one's gonna be a tough par because it is 640 par 4. So that's gonna average about 320 per shot if I even wanted a birdie look. So that would be a really tough ask for me. So I think par is gonna be more into what we're looking for. There is OB sidewalk on the first shot, and then once you get over to the second landing zone, it's hard to see, but there's sidewalk, and that's gonna be OB to the left. But just get it somewhere down the middle. Try to get this first birdie, but probably not this one. Whoa, that one came out the hands really wobbly, and that's pretty short, but that'll be all right. All right, second shot. Just want to make it somewhere on the right side of the sidewalk to make sure we're safe and play for par. Probably a little Annie. Get to the right. Oh no, that's OB. Man, that's gonna be a bad mistake right there. All right, it's hard for it to tell where it actually went out of bounds because the sidewalk just starts at this point, OB. So I'm just gonna play it from the front of the sidewalk on the edge, a meter in, right about here. A lot short there, but and played it on the safe side though. All right, gonna have to take our medicine. We have a long look to save the bogey because we went out of bounds. So this is gonna be a tough one. Might have to get on a knee. Couldn't really get much out of there. All right, take a double bogey and get out, I think, so we can get out of here and get the double bogey. All right, double bogey with OB. I think that was that the might have been the first time we went OB. So tough break there, but I think that puts us at 6 over. So let's see if we can maybe get a birdie. Okay, hole 16 is an interesting one because it's only 290, but it's got a creek on the right and it's got ditch slash creek on the left. So really the play is going to be hyzer, so I'm out to that field path to the left, and the basket's going to be around that big tree to the right. But basically dead straight from where we are, but it's really hard to get to. And there's a slight headwind, which has got me a little bit worried, but I just got to make sure I put it on hyzer. I think I'll be good. That's very straight. That might be a little bit of a scramble, but I think it's safe. All right, somehow we got a pretty solid shot. We are probably about, I don't know, let's say 30 feet or so, but it's gonna be a little scramble. So let's get this scramble in. All right, here we go. This is a birdie look though. Flip disc and from a knee. All right. No. Oh, close. Man, had a lot of good looks today, actually. Just cannot convert for some reason. But put that one in. But this one, we could have a birdie look if we get some decent distance and a good third approach. Just want to go down straight to probably the left a little bit if you're going to be on the side would be better. And then it kind of leaves the two approaches with a better angle because the pin is to the right. You can't even see it from here, but let's do this drive. Yeah, pretty short there, but I think we could work with that. All right, now to the second shot. We probably just want to do the same thing. If we get over to the left, I think that it will make the approach easier because we can either spike hyzer it in or do a big ante on it. All right, never mind. We're playing it to the right. That's actually a good shot. I think I like that actually. That'd be pretty good. All right, on to our fourth shot. We actually have a very good chance to birdieing this. We just got to figure out how we want to play this green because we got low-hanging branches over directly at the pin. We could try to go around. It's a tough decision. I think I'm going to try to do like a standstill zipper through it and try to just play on a skip shot almost. Ah, that's bad. Big mess up there. All right, it's not looking good on our chances of getting a birdie, but I think we're gonna give it a run anyways. The far look, probably about 60 or 70 feet if I had to guess. Oh, that was actually not a bad bid, but gonna have a big comebacker coming up. There it is. Even though we haven't got a birdie, I think our par saves have been pretty solid. A little oopsie there. All right. A bunch of pars, a few bogeys, onto the 18th, which we actually could birdie. This is a realistic birdie. This is 243. A little bit hard to see because I had to put the tripod right against up some bushes, which is really close to the tee pad. But you just want a dead straight shot if you can and get it into putting range through the fairway. So let's try to do just that. Oh, good tree kick. That might leave a look. That was a little bit left, but we actually got a slight tap that might lead to a circle's edge putt for the only birdie of the day. All right, we do have a putt. It is from about 25 feet, but we have to work around this tree. Let's see if we can put one in. Patent pending disc flip. Oh. All right. Give it the height. Yes. That is huge. Twice. 3 times. That is crazy. All right. I'll take that all day. All right. That's going to finish up this Luna battle. This is my first video. I think it played pretty solid today. Just having a little bit of fun, seeing what I can do with only putters. It's kind of an interesting way to play disc golf, and it just kind of breaks it down very simply. But yeah, +5, I have to double check. I think that's what it was. But yeah, Thanks to anybody who's watching, and there's definitely gonna be more to come soon. We'll have to see what it is, but that's gonna be it. And have a nice day.